Hi, welcome back. In this clip, I will be taking you with me exploring Manuel Antonio National Park. When you enter Manuel Antonio National Park, the first stop is security. Here, all food must be left in lockers, and even water bottles are not allowed inside. At first, this seemed strange, but the rule is to protect the wildlife. Animals here are very clever, and even a single snack or bottle can attract them and disrupt their natural behavior. This is the mangrove forest. I love the mangroves. They are beautiful, wild and entangled, and they have lots of wildlife inside. I remember the first time I saw mangroves in Thailand, I think. Yes, in the Krabi area. It was like being in a different place, an alien place on a different planet. It was beautiful and wild. This was the first beach I saw in Manuel Antonio National Park. It was so beautiful, kind of poetically beautiful. The sand, the colors, the trees, the way they are lying on the sand. It was taking me inside of this beauty that, it was just so beautiful. This was the first iguana I have seen. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. It was just lying there on the tree, and I stepped quietly behind it, trying not to scare it off, trying to get a beautiful shot. This is so beautiful. This was my second iguana. A little bit different, maybe a little bit older, beautiful and dignified, lying in the sunshine. And another one in a tree. I didn't even know that iguanas climb like that. There was so much beauty. Look at this. It seems almost painted by somebody or arranged by, I don't know, a beautiful scene in a theater or in a movie. It's just so beautiful, the colors. And another iguana. They were everywhere. It was so exciting to witness so much beauty and wilderness. And these trees I walked through, and then I thought, no, they look so different. They are, I don't know, their color and the way they shoot up to the sky. I walked back and took a little video of these beautiful trees. And these ones, I think they are a type of fig trees, probably, maybe. I love their roots, the way they grow so wide and spread around. And here I saw a few people gathered around filming. I didn't know what I was looking at until I really zoomed in. It's a little baby alligator. I stayed there for a while. It wasn't moving much, but you could tell it was breathing very slowly, getting deeper in the water and back out. And this is the second beach I saw in Manuel Antonio. I don't remember the name of the beach. It was close to there is a little tower that you can climb on to see the views. The sea was so warm and beautiful, so inviting. This is the Pacific Ocean. I've never been in a sea or ocean that warm. And this tree, amazing, huge, magnificent, carrying so many other plants on it. Don't remember their names, but I remember when I was in school and I saw images of rainforest. This is exactly what they looked like. Huge, massive trees with loads of other plants growing on top of them. Beautiful, poetic, wild. Just growing endlessly. And here, this was my first sloth. I've never seen a sloth in the wild before. Unfortunately, sloths here in Manuel Antonio stay very high up in the trees, and it's very hard to get a very good view of them. I would have never noticed this sloth, but I've seen people watching, with a tour guide. They were watching with this telescope, and I did my best to find what they were looking at, and then I saw the sloth. And these ants were very interesting. They carry this sand or soil from underground. They take it out from the hole, climb all the way up to the top of this hole, and then they drop the sand on the other side. I thought that was quite interesting, because you can see the sand falling on the other side, and you can see the mound of sand. And here are the beautiful capuchins. The first time I ever saw capuchins. What I didn't know about capuchins was that they are quite similar in behavior to macaques. They can be quite aggressive, a little bit like, wildcats if you want. They are temperamental, aggressive, cheeky. They will come and grab things if you're not careful. And here we have some leaf cutter ants. They carry for a long, long time. I did video, I walked by their side for quite a while until I got tired and I gave up. I wanted to see where they were coming from, but in the end, they kept going and going, and I didn't find the beginning of their, path or journey. These kind of paths are connecting the routes, the trails, that's it, trails is a word, inside the park. They lead to other beaches, beautiful beaches, and the sound of the forest is quite beautiful. Here are some more iguanas. The one on the right is a bit hungry. Nibbling on a leaf. Gorgeous, they were not scared of us passing by. A beautiful shot of this gorgeous animal just looking at me. Such a beautiful thing to be face to face with this creature, watching it and it watching me. And this was close to another beach. The iguanas were right next to the stairs going down to this beautiful, gorgeous, wild beach. It was a bit nerve-wracking because I was alone to leave my bag with my phones and with my documents and everything that I had with me, just to leave it there by a tree and get inside the sea. But it would have been a crime not to go and swim a little bit in this beautiful place. The waves were crashing, so beautiful. And the sea was warm, well, the ocean. It was just amazing. I carried on and climbed on top of this little hill or mountain. Quite a bit of climbing with beautiful views from the top. The climbing is quite safe. Stairs, just on stairs, and very lovely paths, easy to climb. And these are squirrel monkeys. First time I've ever seen squirrel monkeys. Gorgeous. And this is the closest I ever got to them. I did see them during my trip at a different time as well, in a different place on my way to the cloud forest, but I've been closer to them here. So yeah, quite an eventful visit. My first day in Costa Rica, and I've seen for the first time in my life an alligator, capuchin monkeys, iguanas, squirrel monkeys. I think there was something else, I can't remember what it was. And this place was just, I don't know, beautiful, wild, lush. The light, the way the light comes through, and the color of that little stream over there. This was towards the end of my visit inside the national park. I was quite tired. I've been walking for hours and hours, climbing up and down, swimming, recording videos. Beautiful. It was a beautiful visit, and it was definitely worth the time and the money. It cost something like 20 something, 24, I'm not sure, something like that, dollars. And this is another sloth, the second sloth. They didn't move much. I couldn't see their faces. They were very high up, but it was beautiful to see them regardless. Quite exciting, even though I couldn't see them very well. What I didn't know at this point was that in Puerto Viejo, at the end of my journey and trip and holiday, at the end of my summer, just 2 days before leaving, I was going to have one sloth, one perezoso, right in my garden, 1 meter away from me. Thank you for watching, and come visit to see my other videos.